Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sara Peternell. I'm board certified in holistic nutrition. I'm also the owner of Family Nutrition Services in Denver, Colorado, and I'm the creator of the 30-day online program called Nourished and Renewed with Hashimoto's. I have another video on my YouTube channel all about alternatives to levothyroxine. I also have a video about a different kind of a medication that's called Synthroid. What I've found is that I haven't properly explained why levothyroxine sucks. That's what my video is about today. Now, let me give you a couple of sort of disclaimers. First of all, I'm not a doctor. Second of all, I do not prescribe. Third of all, I have Hashimoto's myself, and I have been pretty much on this journey learning and advocating for myself for nearly 2 decades. So I have quite a lot of personal experience. It's also my life's work to educate and advocate for others, both who have Hashimoto's and also who are learning about living their best life with Hashimoto's, and how to kind of walk the middle path between choosing medication, which is obviously many times warranted, I take it, and also those natural or alternative or holistic food and supplements and lifestyle options that we have to really help us feel our best. So, why does levothyroxine suck? Well, the first reason is that it's the #1 prescribed medication in America. Let me say that again. Levothyroxine is the #1 prescribed medication in America. Yes, we know that there are a large percentage of people in our country who have thyroid issues, and in fact around the world. But I do personally believe that that medication in and of itself is typically overprescribed. It doesn't always fix people's problems when they have something going on with their thyroid. So the first thing is just that it's kind of an overused medication. And a lot of times doctors don't really go into what your root cause might be, maybe whether it's hypothyroidism versus having Hashimoto's, which is a pretty big difference, right? About 90% of the time, having hypothyroidism actually is Hashimoto's. I have a video on that. You can check out that as well. So this prescribing of levothyroxine doesn't often come with sort of deeper, more detailed information about your diagnosis. It often doesn't come with education and resources about why you've been prescribed this drug. Typically, you're given kind of a standard dose. You leave the doctor's office. They're told, hey, we'll see you in 6 to 12 months. We'll retest your thyroid and bye-bye and good luck. And patients with Hashimoto's or hypothyroidism, myself included a long time ago, we sort of leave the doctor's office scratching our heads wondering, what just happened? What is wrong with me? What does hypothyroidism mean? What does Hashimoto's mean? Why was I given this medication? What is it? So, levothyroxine is really the generic name for this type of medication. It's a prohormone, and it is actually a synthetic replacement hormone for those of us who are not making enough T4 or thyroid hormone out of our thyroid glands on our own for a variety of different reasons. I have lots of other videos covering that information. So if you are prescribed levothyroxine, you are usually given the generic. Okay, so levothyroxine goes by a lot of different names. It goes by Synthroid, which is a brand. It goes by Tirosint. It goes by Thyroxyl and some other names, especially in different countries or depending on who the manufacturer is. You can find this drug widely available, but generally the script is for generic. And 9 times out of 10, that is what most insurance companies prefer to cover. That's sort of again, the standard of care. So you're given a generic prescription and a dose, and then, retested after a while to see if your thyroid is responding to this medication, to see if your body is responding to this medication. But oftentimes, myself included, as well as many of my clients, report feeling worse when they start taking levothyroxine. This drug doesn't always work for everyone. And so my clients and many Hashimoto's patients often wonder, if I was just given this drug that's supposed to make me feel better, right? And you're symptomatic, maybe feeling sluggish and tired and having brain fog, dry skin, cold extremities, hairs falling out, etc. And suddenly you're now taking a medication that's actually exacerbating these symptoms. Why? What is the deal, right? And why do doctors not maybe discuss either alternatives to this drug or how to use this drug properly, or advise more of their patients about some of these potential side effects. So again, I'm not being critical of the doctors who necessarily are giving the diagnosis or who are prescribing the medication. You need to have a good relationship with your doctor, and if you want help on learning how to do this, you can go to my website and download my Hashimoto's checklist for the things that you should discuss the next time you meet with your doctor. Your doctor's a pretty important person in all of this. However, it's important that you be educated and that you be informed and that you come to the table with your own questions and your own knowledge and your own research and your own resources so that you can decide if this is the right medication for you. Who would this maybe not be a good choice for? Well, definitely for anybody who has major digestive disorders, kind of either as part of your hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's or secondary to that. Now, if you've watched my other video about why you should give up gluten and the other video about maybe why you should go dairy-free if you have Hashimoto's, you might be starting to pick up on the picture here. So levothyroxine, the generic, has a lot of what's called excipients or added fillers and ingredients, which may actually make this medication worse for you if you have, say, celiac disease, or if you have inflammatory bowel disease, or if you have leaky gut, if you have food intolerances. Okay, so they actually put stuff into this prescription medication as a binder or a filler in order to manufacture the drug that might be harmful for you, such as starches, like from wheat, or lactose from milk, or other additives from either artificial flavorings, colorings, binders, gums, etc., all kinds of things that may be in this generic medication. If you have gut issues, and especially if gut issues are potentially at the root cause of your Hashimoto's or hypothyroidism, levothyroxine is not going to make you feel better. It may actually make you feel worse. So I want you to think about this if you are newly diagnosed with Hashimoto's and you've been prescribed levothyroxine. Hey, doc, you know what? I've got some gut stuff going on. Is this really the right medication for me? All right, another reason why levothyroxine sucks is because the generic is not closely regulated as far as the dose, pill to pill, bottle to bottle, and manufacturing batch to manufacturing batch. This is a really unfortunate circumstance. You may have one bottle filled one month, another bottle filled another month, and they may actually be different by up to 5 to 15 micrograms per dose. This is really problematic if you're trying to get your thyroid levels normal and even, and you're wanting to start to feel better, right? As potentially measured by your blood lab values if you are getting an inconsistent dose on a regular basis. Now, why are they allowed to do this? Well, typically what happens with the manufacturing of a lot of the generic drugs is that there's kind of a range within where they have to fall in order to be, allowable plus or minus, X percent. But with the thyroid, given that this is a very specific, very sensitive, and not just thyroid or endocrine based, but whole body and immune system and gut based type of an illness, it's very clear to understand that a very small percentage of a difference in your medication may have wide-reaching systemic effects on your body. So this is no bueno if you're getting too much or too little day to day or week to week or month to month. And this has been found when a lot of times a person goes on the generic levothyroxine and they keep getting their blood tested every 6 weeks trying to find the right dose, and their blood levels might be all over, whether we're just measuring TSH or we're measuring free T4 or free T3. These are all indicators that, hey, this drug, if you can't find a normalized level of your blood levels, is not the right drug for you. So another reason why levothyroxine may suck is that in addition to having maybe food intolerances or gut issues or digestive disorders, oftentimes some of these excipients and added ingredients just make it harder for your body to absorb and utilize the medication. Now, we know that there are certain protocols and kind of rules and best practices for taking your medication first thing in the morning on an empty stomach about an hour before you eat. But there can be other drug interactions, other nutrient interactions, and other lifestyle interactions as well that can interfere with your body's ability to utilize this medication. Now, I have had clients in the past who were encouraged to stay with levothyroxine despite not having normalized blood values, despite continuing to have hypothyroid symptoms, despite their kind of confusion and frustration and concern that this medication wasn't for them, where their doctors have said sometimes it can take up to a year in order for this medication to work. That is not true. Typically, if you're on the right medication, you should see a change or notice a difference in how you feel within just a week or two. There is a long half-life for these pro-hormone synthetic thyroid medications. But what that means is that as it starts to build up in your system, you can start to feel the difference as your dosage is adjusted or as your dosage is changed. So whether you are newly diagnosed and you're just starting a medication, or if you've been diagnosed with Hashimoto's for a long time, and you've noticed that you need an adjustment to your medication, whether it's the dose or you've decided to switch to something maybe like Armour Thyroid or NP Thyroid or Nature Thyroid, some of these natural desiccated thyroid medications, when you make the change, you normally will notice a difference if you're going to start feeling better pretty quickly. Now, the other big question about levothyroxine, which is because it's only a T4, right? And it's the basically the inactive hormone. Our body doesn't use T4. We need to convert T4 to the active T3. The question is, for a lot of people, if you need this T4 medication, do you also need the T3 medication known as Cytomel? Okay, that's the brand name, and that's the one that I do recommend over the generic of T3, liothyronine, as well. So that question, I think, is a big one, especially if you are really hypothyroid and you're really feeling terrible, and if you have some gut issues, and potentially you might even have some thyroid hormone conversion issues, whether it's based on your diet, other medications you're taking, other illnesses that you might have, etc. And there can possibly even be a genetic component or a genetic variant that means that no matter how much T4 you're taking in a medication, you might not be able to use it properly and convert it properly in your body so that it's actually getting into the thyroid receptor sites of all of your cells all the way down to your pinky toe, right? So let's keep in mind that this is a full body illness. This is a full system condition when we're dealing with Hashimoto's. We're not just talking about this isolated part of the body, right, where the gland is, right? We need to have our medication working for us into every single cell of our body. All right, so I know I've just explained a lot of things, and if you're here and you're taking levothyroxine and you're worried, oh no, this lady just said it sucks, please just hear me out that this is an educational and informative video, hopefully for you to realize that A, you're probably not alone, and man, I've been taking this medication for 6 months and I don't feel any better. Do you feel that way? Welcome to the club. Most people that I work with in my nutrition practice have experienced something similar. So I wanted to share this information that there are a variety of reasons why this might not be the right medication for you. Number 2, I hope this video gives you some insight and some maybe inspiration to become empowered to research and to study and to learn about what other options are available to you. Again, go to my website and download the Hashimoto's checklist so that when you sit with your doctor next time, you can be like, okay, listen, I've got a couple of ideas about how to make this work better for me and create a better partnership with your doctor, because that person, as I said, is very important to your team. Now, if you're new here, you're probably thinking, oh my God, this is a lot of information. If you're not new here, you know that I've got a lot of information on this channel so that you can go back and watch some of my other videos about how to incorporate diet, how to incorporate lifestyle, how to use detox to your advantage, how to go off gluten, how to decide whether caffeine is right for you or not. Should you be drinking alcohol? Guess what? All of these things actually matter when it comes to your medication. You can't just take medication and think that it's going to be the magic bullet or it's going to be the answer, the end all be all. It's not. It's actually to feel your best, to heal and recover from Hashimoto's, to try to lower your antibodies or reverse your autoimmunity. It is a whole lifestyle approach. It is nutrition. It is self-care. It is the lifestyle practices. It is eating right. It is, taking good care of your body. You can't eat junk food and drink, 3 6-packs a week, smoke and live a sedentary lifestyle and just think that levothyroxine is going to fix all of your problems. You need to have the whole body, whole systems, holistic approach to your Hashimoto's. So if you're new, check out some of my other videos. Learn what I've been through. I'm a Hashimoto's patient, and like I said, I've been on this journey. I've been in your shoes. I'm still on this path with you. But what I've learned by going back to school for nutrition, by running a successful nutrition practice to help others like you and me, is that it is possible to live your best life with Hashimoto's, to feel amazing, to look amazing, to achieve your ideal weight, and to just feel like, life can be good again. And medication is just one piece of that puzzle. So talk to your doctor. Levothyroxine doesn't have to suck for everyone, but we should learn how to optimize and utilize the right medication resources that are out there for us. So stay tuned. I've got other videos coming about chatting with your doctor and about finding the right fit for you with medication. Take care. Have a great day. I'll be back soon. Hey there. I am the creator of a 30-day online program called Nourished and Renewed with Hashimoto's. This program is for you if you want to learn how to advocate for your own health and ask the right questions when you're talking to your doctor, and you want to learn all the details about building up your healthy foundation, aside from relying solely on medication. This is a self-paced program, and it's an accumulation of my personal experience from having Hashimoto's and also from 20 or more years working with clients. This program really is the next best thing to working with me one-on-one in my office. In this program, I teach you all about how the thyroid affects your entire body and all of the rest of your hormones. And in this program, Nourished and Renewed, I will help you reclaim your health. You can manage your diet and lifestyle. The link is down below. Check it out. And if you're ready to feel nourished and renewed, this program is for you.